Hey my friends, what's going on? My name is Kater. I made this video today. I want to talk about how I quitted my job now to build a business that actually create me income online. Now here's how it all happened. Like a lot of people ask me all the time, hey Kater, should I quit my job and build a business? I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Now I can tell you if you're gonna be successful, whatever people that I see that are majorly successful online or any business, they never look back. They always burn the bridges. It has to come to a point where staying at your job is costing you more than you building your dream and your vision. Now I'll tell you how I did it, and I'll tell you why I think people will get to that level, and a couple different ways you can actually go about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Me personally, when I quitted my job, I was actually going to nursing school at that time. So I was going to school, I had a job, and I started an online business. The reason I started my online business was because my wife lost her job after we get married. You know, we were so broke. I remember one day I went to the fridge and we needed milk, and there was no milk in the house, and I had to decide whether we're gonna pay the light or we're gonna pay for our car, which our car ended up getting repossessed because the light was more important. So it came to a point where we had to prioritize our bills, which one was gonna go first. I don't know if you ever get to that point where you're like, man, I'm just gonna have to take the overdraft on this one and I'm just gonna have to pay that one. Well, that was me, right? So when she went on Craigslist, she wasn't looking for a business, she was looking on Craigslist on, you know, how she can get another job. So she kept filling out application, but she kept seeing an ad on Craigslist that says work from home. And I said, hey, why not give it a try? We've been to many different applications. You dress very nice, you go to the application, you pay money for gas, you get there, you got into the interview, but then in the interview you have like 10, 20 other people who's competing with you, and a lot of the time they call you back like 4 or 5 weeks later to tell you that, oh, you did not get the job, or someone else got the position and stuff like that. And it was really pretty pissed off at that moment, knowing that you really need it, and your only way of creating income at that moment was relying on somebody else. So all this time was going by. It was hurtful. It was painful to go through, you know, all your bills, your envelopes are coming in, and it's just pissing you off that you can't have the income to pay for it. So I said, what the hell? What's the worst to lose? Let's try this work from home thing. Let's see how it works. So the thing with when I got started is that I had the desire and the passion to change my life. That's the one thing that you're gonna need if you truly want to establish a business or create something for yourself. You're gonna need to have the desire and the passion to make things happen, regardless of however you feel, regardless of what life is throwing at you at the moment. You cannot make any excuses. So when we found that ad, we went through the little system. In a week, the first week we made, like the first day after I set up everything, took me a week to set up everything. Took me a week going through the videos, learning the information, how to post ad on Craigslist, how to set up the system, how to get my affiliate ID. I didn't even know what the heck is an affiliate ID. I didn't know people could actually make money by selling different services online, or even create some type of income some way, some shape or form. It was brand new to me. You know, I knew people was making money online, but I just didn't know how they were doing it. So I went through and set up the system, and the first day after I set it up, I posted an ad on Craigslist. I made $100, $112. It was my first money made online. I'm doing the dance. I was like, oh my God. If you never made money online, the first money you ever made online will always be the one forever remembered in your mind forever. Like, it's gonna be your first milestone, because that's what's gonna prove to you that stuff is real. That's why I usually tell people, you know, strive for the first results. Okay, if you're the type of person, when you see the first results, doesn't matter how big or how small it is, and the mindset you gotta create is, if I could do this, it doesn't matter how big or small it is. How about if I could do 100 times more or 10 times more? You know, like my goal was, man, if I could do $100, I wonder if I push. What about if I make 1,000? And I ended up making 1,000 my first week. It was 1,500. So I went in every day. I was posting an ad on Craigslist every single day, and I make 1,500 on my first week. Then the next week it was like 800, and the week after it was like 1,000. So it was, you know, it varies, because I didn't know my skill set. I was just testing things out and find something that works, and it was like, oh my God, it's crazy. So at that time I was still going to nursing school, and I was still running my business. I remember going to class and I was posting ad in my class, and sometimes my teacher would see me. I remember being in my pharmacology class, and all the time I was smiling, and some of my students that actually follow me on Facebook, because I was posting some of my results on Facebook, and they would see it, and then they say, well, I already know why you're smiling. You know, I'm like, yo, I just made a freaking $200 today while in class. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm in class, I'm learning this information, and I'm making money. It was really, really great. You know, first 6 months, we ended up doing 40K. Now, I still had my job because this is something new. It's new territory. I was afraid. I didn't want to let go of my job and just start building my business. So now, what I started thinking was, okay, I started putting more time in the business because I was learning all this information that was new. Like I was learning about capture page, I was learning about landing page, I was learning about, you know, email lists, I was learning about all this stuff that started making my head like, oh my God, the possibility of using the internet to connect to millions of people, to billions of people, and to sell online. Like everybody's on the cell phone, everybody's online. What if I could use the platforms to actually create income? All this stuff started playing in my mind, and I started buying trainings, I started following people. And then what started happening, I started spending more time learning business stuff versus my school. So mind you, I had 6 months left to graduate, about 1 year left to graduate when I started making money online to graduate from my career in nursing. I was already at the hospital. I'll go early in the morning doing clinicals. I was working 8-hour shift with different nurses. You know, I was already in the OR doing surgeries with doctors and all that stuff, right? But I just couldn't get my mind off this little thing I found online was paying my bill. Like, it was like, oh my God, like, if I put my effort and concentrate on this thing, it can become something big. So what started happening is that there's a theory that says that wherever focus goes, abundance flows. So what happened, my focus started to shift in my business. So every time I get back from school, instead of jumping into books and learning about disease and stuff like that, I wanted the stuff that was creating income to pay my bills right now. Because remember, I told you, my bills was just overdrafting my account. I lost my cars being repossessed and all. I was dealing with all the pressures of life. So I started focusing more on the thing that was giving me the results right now, because I just couldn't wait anymore. I just couldn't wait because I felt like, yo, I was learning all this stuff in school. I had to wait another 6 months to, you know, even get a job, to start working on that career. But this thing, I needed it now. I needed income now. I didn't have to wait 6 months. Soon I learned how to build a capture page. I drive some traffic, send people to an offer that was buying right now, and it was creating income. So, you know, my parents got mad at me when I quit school, but they couldn't understand. I had to make those decisions because the bills wasn't waiting, and I felt like, yo, like, I had to do this. So that's when I ended up quitting school. Now, I still have my job. Don't get me wrong now. I still kept my job, right? But if you're going to keep your job, you have to be willing to put in the effort for your business. Because here's the thing. Your business is way more important than your job. It depends on what you do, right? If you are passionate about your job, it's your career, that's what you want to do for the rest of your life, that's what you do, that's cool. But what I'm saying, if you're building a business for freedom, to create the freedom, to provide the freedom that you want for your life, your business is what's going to provide that. Your business is over here, your job's over here. Your job will never give you any freedom. That's why they call it the new modern slavery, the new 9 to 5. Your boss will never let you on vacation for 2 months. Hell no, unless you made him $2 million the prior year, you know, or the prior month. But more likely, they still want to suck in more out of you. You know, your job, you just go there to fulfill somebody else's dream, to fulfill a position. Now, your business now, when you build it, right, there's sacrifices that comes along, but it gives you the freedom. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, travel whenever you want, do whatever you want. You know, you start traveling the world and not thinking about, oh man, I have to report to somebody else. Because now, you truly into your godlike power. You spend most of your day thinking where you're gonna go versus someone else map out the day for you, what your day's gonna look like. And that was so amazing, thinking that way. So I still kept my job, right? The first year and into my business, I did 40K in the first 6 months. I could have just quit my job then, but I just wanted, I just couldn't let go of that. You know, although the check I was getting, my job was like peanuts versus what my business potential was. So I had to burn the bridges. You know, something happened at my job where I needed to get a test done, because I used to work with I used to work with mentally ill kids, and I needed to go get a test done, and it was so annoying. Like, my boss was stay on my back. Yo, Gator, you're gonna get fired if you don't get the test done. I was like, you know what? One day I got up. I'm like, yeah, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. That's it. I'm not coming back. I'm done. And sometimes it's just the most freest feeling, you know. Although, like, sometimes you might take your time to get around it because there's so many fears that's been lingering around. Like, you know, everybody you seen around you, they always work a job to pay their bills. Everybody you know, from your mother to your grandmother to your auntie to your uncles, everybody you see, to your neighbors, everybody you see, they working a job. So that's what you know. So sometimes you might find it very uncomfortable to let go of that because that's what you've known all your life. But soon I let go of that and I burned the bridges. There was nothing else that was going to create income for me but myself now. There's no boss. There's nobody writing a check at the end of the week. You better wake your butt off and make it happen. So every single day now, I had a whole different type of drive now. I couldn't rely on somebody else to say, hey man, this is how we're going to, this is how much we're going to pay you. This is how much you're going to make this week. But that freedom that it came with, the ability to start thinking, my mind starts thinking a whole different level now. It's like, your mind right now, if you're working a 9 to 5 versus your mind right now when you're not working a 9 to 5, it's a whole different ball game. You wake up in the morning, it's not about, oh man, I'm doing the same thing. It's about, what do I want to do with that day? How can I push to the next level? What do I need to include inside of my business to grow it? You know, how can I be better? Like, how can I make more money? You start asking your question now. It's not how can I get a raise anymore by pleasing my manager or pleasing the boss, you know, to be on my best behavior, you know, to be there for every meeting, to keep increasing my sales every quota. It's more about, it's not about a raise anymore. It's about how can I increase my income by 100-fold, by 10-fold? How can I 10x my income this year? Last year I did this amount. This year, what can I implement? What skill set can I learn now so that my income can get better? So now that I got my time back, right? So I quit school, right? And then I quit my job, right? I got my time back. So I started investing more time into me. I started going to events now, you know, because I have the time to travel. So the little bit of money that I was making with my business now, I started investing into going to events, seeing other people that was doing it. And when I get to this event, I started building connections. You know, connections are very, very, very important when it comes to building your business, because one connection can be worth millions. And people used to tell me that I couldn't understand it, because one person you can be connected to, they can give you some secrets that are worth millions, you know, and you will not get connected to those people until you move from where you are. Because I was in a small little city, in a small little town, nobody around me does what I do. So in order for me to meet the pack of people who's currently doing what I do, I had to move around. Like, sometimes I would have to travel to Denver, you know, I'd have to travel to California, different places. It's out of what I thought was possible. You know, I didn't think I would be traveling that many times in a year at first. But as I started building my business, guys, this is exactly what started happening. I just wanted to build this video, kind of keep it real, tell you a little bit of my story on how I quit my job and why I think, you know, to reach a level of potential, like in your business, you definitely gonna have to get to the point where you're gonna cut it off. You're gonna have to let it go. Now, I'm not telling anybody who watched this video just go quit your job and build a business. That'd be dumb. Like me, I didn't want to do it, because especially if you're brand new, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Now, I would never go get a job. Like, never, unless like this is the last thing that I gotta do to take care. I don't know, but I would try everything else before. It would be like my last option, like the last option before I get that, because the freedom that I know, money, you can actually create it in different ways. It's not the only way. It's not for me to exchange time for money, although it's one of the way, but it's not the smartest way. So once my eyes became open that I can leverage products and services versus leveraging my time, and time is limited because we all have 24 hours in a day, so there's only 24 hours to leverage. That's about all you got. You don't have no more. God is not gonna make more time for you because you want to make more money. You only have 24 hours. Meanwhile, a product, I can create 100, I can create 200, 300, 500, 1,000, a million products. And if that product is worth $5, I just made myself $5 million by having a million products. In the meanwhile, if I was working $5 an hour, there's no way, impossible way I would ever make $5 million, because there's no where God will make $1 million an hour for me in a day. Meanwhile, with a product, I could do that in one day by selling a million product at $5. It makes me $5 million a day. It happens all the time, right? Companies do that all the time. It's nothing new. So just wanted to share this stuff with you guys. Anyway, guys, that was your boy Cater. If you do appreciate this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Go make stuff happen. I believe in you. I'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys later. Bye. Pound out. So pound out for watching this video. Pow!